all my nerd geeks and dorks, and welcome to Raddcast, the podcast where your nerd card is accepted. And with me today, as always, is my friend and co-host, we have Adam.
Hello, Internet.
And I'm fucking up Dave. Hi. Oh, man. Happy Thanksgiving and happy Black Friday to you, Senor Adam.
Well, happy Thanksgiving and happy Black Friday to everybody out there. And Cyber Monday, let's not forget about that.
Yes. Cyber Monday's the one that I'm excited for because I don't really like people all that much. At least whenever I go shopping, because I found out I actually braved the crowds just a little bit last night, and I found out that people that shop on Black Friday are usually douchebags. So
yep. So bringing out the best in everybody.
Oh yes, the holiday seasons.
So we have a packed show today, so we're going to get right to it. Dave spent some time at Fan Days 2012, and he got to talk to somebody. Who'd you get to talk to there, Dave?
I got to talk to Kyle from K&L Customs, and I just figured I'd throw out the radio voice there just for shits and grins. But I got to talk to Kyle from K&L Customs, and pretty much they build custom figures. Kyle does the sculpts while his wife does the paintings, and they focus a lot on Marvel, like they had a lot of Marvel on their table, but they do delve into other aspects as in Star Wars and DC, and I even saw some Lollipop Chainsaw figures too, so yeah. So
this is Kyle from K&L Customs, and I noticed as I walked by, man, your table is amazing. Tell us about a little bit what you have here and what it is exactly that y'all do, man.
Well, just in a nutshell, basically what my wife and I do is we make custom action figures. The process of customizing is we take parts, bits and pieces from other figures, we reassemble them, and then I do sculpt work, and my wife does the painting portion of the customization to try and take we try and get action figures made that possibly won't ever have
that you can't ever find, or that you won't ever have made, yeah.
Or give some of the more popular characters a little bit more higher quality product. Like it's like the factory figure that you get sometimes doesn't have quite the attention to detail that my wife puts into the figures when she paints it. So it's one of those things. It's kind of was born of about 8 years ago. I collect Star Wars toys, and I was going to buy some products off of eBay. I saw some custom Star Wars, and my wife told me, she says, no, don't buy those. We can make our own. And so it kind of just, that's how it was born, and it kind of evolved into making superheroes. So we kind of, our main focus is the 6-inch Marvel Legends scale. So.
Yeah. Has anybody asked you to make them any Tonica Sisters? Because, Hasbro claims up and down they'll never do Tonica Sisters from the Cantina on Mos Eisley there in Star Wars A New Hope.
We have not had any request for those. Yeah. So,
I was just curious. That's something I always like to ask, because I know that's one that the collectors are out. I'm a Star Wars collector myself, so like whenever you said that, I was going to say, man, I noticed you have a bunch of, a lot of Marvel up there, and I see Lara Croft, but I didn't see any Star Wars, man. I was starting to feel kind of left out, and then you said that you started with Star Wars figures, so I was like, all right, man, that's cool.
Yeah, I think when we first started out, there's a saying about stormtroopers and clone troopers, you can never have enough.
Yeah.
That's what we kind of started out customizing, and we've made all kinds of custom Star Wars clone troopers. Unfortunately, on our Facebook page for K&L Customs, we don't have any of our original older stuff. Most of our stuff is focused towards the superhero genre. But like I say, we cut our customizing teeth on Star Wars.
Awesome, man. Cool. Well, you have awesome product. Where can people find you at on Facebook and on your website?
Now, we don't actually have a dedicated website.
Oh, okay.
We strictly use the Facebook, and it's a Facebook page. It's not a personal profile.
Okay.
And if you just search under the pages, the & sign L Customs. That's
Okay.
for Kyle and Leah. My name's Kyle. My wife's name is Leah. Just go on Facebook. Look up K&L Customs. Look for the profile picture. It's going to actually be 2 custom action figures of my wife and myself on a motorcycle.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you very much, Kyle.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Dave.
And we're back. And now we've got a special segment for you from our brand new Austin correspondent, Zach Freer, a.k.a. Spanner. He went to Wizard World 2012 as, would you say, a representative of Raddcast?
I would say, yes, official representative of Raddcast.
Official representative of Raddcast. So
He's bona fide.
he sure is.
Hey kiddies, this is Uncle Spanner, and I'm here live in Austin, Texas at Wizard World. There's all kinds of good nerd, geek, and dork stuff. We're gonna go check it out. Come on with me. All right, I'm here with the Houston area Ghostbusters group, and we are going to talk to these guys a little bit about building one of these amazing proton packs. So I am here with Tuba, and he's going to give us a little bit. Tuba, how much time and effort goes into actually building one of these proton packs?
It all depends on how much time you want to spend on it. It takes about a few months to a year to fully assemble one. Just depends on your money situation as well. For me, it took about a year to gather up parts, and then a month working on the weekends only to actually build the thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And, you know, electronics are optional kind of thing, or are they pretty much mandatory?
They are optional. Most of the Ghostbusters really want to put electronics in them. Lights are the basic minimum. And then they like to put more lights in it. You know, you're getting the video game type settings. And then you have sound that some people like to put in as well.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Now, how much does one of these packs weigh once it's all said and done?
Well, one of my lighter packs, the one that he's wearing, weighs about maybe 15 pounds. And this one is a medium weight pack, it's about 25, 30 pounds. And this one is about the same. And then the heaviest pack I've built is about 50 pounds.
Okay, okay.
It all depends on what you put in it and what accessories you put on it.
All right, thanks, man. And you guys have a website to throw out there?
Yes, we do. www.houstonareaghostbusters.com.
With the Museum of the Weird, a local attraction here in Austin, Texas. So, Steve,
Yes.
tell me a little bit about the Museum of the Weird.
Well, the Museum of the Weird is located on 6th Street, just 2 blocks away from the convention center. We've been in business since 2005. It actually started off as a little gift shop that me and my wife opened called Lucky Lizard Curios and Gifts. And the reason it was called Lucky Lizard is we would take in rescues of pet lizards that people didn't want anymore. And so we've ended up taking in a Nile monitor, a couple of iguanas, bearded dragon. And in the beginning, the early days, it was just, people would come in all day to look at the lizards in the back of the shop. And I finally decided to, we should open something and like maybe charge admission and have a little collection of oddities back here. So I came up with the Museum of the Weird. What better name? Keep Austin Weird, Museum of the Weird. And so it started off real small, just a few little exhibits, and it's grown steadily over the years. And now we have, you come in, we have a full sideshow. Performers like Juan here, they'll do a whole show for you on stage. We have a life-size King Kong on the second floor. You can actually get in his hands, get your photo taken. We also still have the lizards on display. You'll get up close encounter with the lizards, among other creatures. We have two-headed animals and mummies and shrunken heads. And
so basically
wax
anything
figures.
you would see in your nightmares is at the
Pretty
Museum
much,
of the Weird.
yes.
Okay.
If you've ever had a nightmare about it, it's on display.
And this is Juan Martinez.
Yes.
He's going to put on just a little show for us right now.
All right, now what I'm about to demonstrate for you guys right now is an ancient performing art that began in 2000 BC. It was adopted by performers here in the Americas in the mid-1800s. It's also one of the most dangerous acts a performer can engage in. Each and every time I perform this act, I come within mere millimeters of my life. Now, as you obviously see the sword, obviously this act is sword swallowing. Now, The way this is going to work is this sword's going to go into my mouth, down my throat, between my lungs, behind my heart, and rest right in the very center of my stomach. Afterwards, I'm going to double the level of danger because I'm going to take a bow before you folks here just to show you that the sword is indeed down my throat and this is not some sort of illusion. This doubles the level of danger because if my posture is off at any point in time, this changes the pitch of the sword in any number of directions, increasing the chance that I'll perforate my stomach lining and or my esophageal tissue. Now, this injury becomes fatal anywhere between 5 minutes to 3 days, so wish me the best of luck. Now that everything's said and done, there's nothing left for me to say but down the hatch without a scratch, head well, bottoms up without throwing up.
That is a complete lack of gag reflex is what that is.
Many years or
Yummy.
practice.
That is 19 inches of solid steel into the very center of my stomach.
Ernie Klein is the writer of Fanboys, and he is currently working on a new project right now. Ernie, why don't you tell us a little bit about that project?
Well, it's my novel Ready Player One. It's a New York Times bestseller that came out last year, and the paperback just came out this last June. And the hero of Ready Player One drives a DeLorean that's a mashup of Doc Brown's Time Machine, Kit from Knight Rider, Buckaroo Banzai's jet car, and the Ghostbusters Ectomobile all wrapped up into one car. So I recreated that car myself, and that's what
she is right here.
Ecto 88. And the fine people at Austin Comic Con were nice enough to let me park it right here in the middle of the building and let people geek out and show it off. So it's got, you can see that's the oscillation overthruster from Buckaroo Banzai. And I got my great sports almanac, my DeLorean remote control, my proton pack, my ghost trap, hoverboard, hovering. So I can travel back in time, bus ghosts, or travel through solid matter. It's really, I have all the options open to me.
All right, now Ernie, you wrote Fanboys.
It's true.
And we love Fanboys. I mean, that was a love letter to Star Wars.
Right on, yeah.
What inspired you to write Fanboys?
I grew up loving Star Wars. It's like my favorite thing, and I wrote it when the movie is set in 1998. I was freaking out over the first new Star Wars movie in 15 years. I've been waiting my whole life to see more Star Wars. And if you remember that whole stretch of 1983 to 1999, there was no new Star Wars.
Dry, man. I mean, we had the Ewok Adventures.
Right. So, and it was like, I felt like that was the most anticipated movie in the history of cinema. You're never going to have a whole generation of people waiting, in lines around theaters all across the world for a movie, because that was kind of Star Wars is a unique thing and meant a unique thing to that generation, to our generation, and that was the biggest stretch of there being no Star Wars. There'll never be another time where there was no more Star Wars. There's always going to be cartoons and stuff. So,
and we're thankful for that.
Yeah. So I was really inspired by that, and my mother had passed away from cancer and had known that she was dying, and so I had that idea one day. I'm like, what if I knew that I was dying and I wouldn't live to see this episode 1 that I've been waiting my whole life to see? And as soon as I had that idea, I'm like, if I knew that was going to happen, I would have to drive across the country with my friends and try to break into Skywalker Ranch and see it early. And as soon as I had that idea, I'm like, that would be a great idea for a movie.
And honestly, who hasn't had that thought?
Everybody always it's like the Death Star. It's like it's like the hidden fortress, the place that every kid dreams of visiting. And
I still dream of visiting.
I got to visit, man. That was the coolest thing about that whole experience. 10 years after I wrote Fanboys, then the movie finally came out, and we got to do the final sound mix of Fanboys at Skywalker Sound. So I got to visit Skywalker Ranch. So it was the coolest, one of the coolest experiences ever, and I was stealing everything that was not nailed down. Phone books, pens, anything that
I didn't hear anything. You guys didn't either.
No, I've already admitted to this. They're never going to let me back anyway, so I might as well go ahead and cop to the fact that anything. They were all joking with me too. They're like, because they knew I'd written Fanboys, they're like, oh, don't steal anything while you're here. I'm like, oh, I won't, but I took everything. So Fanboys was kind of my love letter to my own, childhood and my own obsession with Star Wars. And we just got to show it for the first time at Star Wars Celebration 6 in Orlando, the big Star Wars convention. Yeah. And they showed it as a double feature with Episode 1 right after it. So it was like the most awesome thing ever. Yeah.
Darth Maul, Snake Eyes, Ray Park. How you doing today, Ray?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. So what do you think of Wizard World so far?
I love Wizard.
Yeah?
Yeah, Wizard was one of the first shows I appeared at when Phantom Menace first came out, and they've been a great family to me and always invites me out and kept me part of the team, and I love coming out and hanging with fans and meeting up with you guys. It's great.
That's great, man. We love having you out here. We're really appreciative for everything you've done for the community.
Thank you.
When you got the job as Darth Maul, now I'll be honest with you, I'd never heard of you before. How did that come about?
I got lucky enough to double James Remar in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And from there, and from there, there was rumor it got about. So I heard that I was this crazy kid jumping off his head and just running up walls, and I always wanted to be in film. That's why I got into martial arts. But I realized in that movie I didn't want to be a stuntman. I wanted to be an actor who does his own stunts.
Right.
And then I got a call from Nick Gillard saying they're looking for someone. Can I come in? He heard about me. And then we got talking. I met George, and then they liked what they saw, and they said, "Oh, why don't you go and audition?" And then I worked with Nick for about a week on fights, and I auditioned as the character.
Right.
And then I got the part. I never thought in a million years that I'd actually play Darth Maul. I always thought, knowing my luck, I'll be the guy doubling the actor.
Well, Darth Maul to me was the coolest part of episode 1. I loved watching your stunts. I loved watching your fighting style. It was absolutely great, man, and we appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, man. I'm just a big fan. I'm a big kid, so
all right.
Never grow up.
And joining us now from Austin, Texas, it's Zach, the newest member of the Raddcast team. Hello, Zach.
Hi, Zach.
What's going on, Adam and Dirty Dave? Hey, kiddies, Uncle Spanner coming at you.
So how was your time at Wizard World?
Wizard World was awesome, man, as always. They've really rolled out the red carpet, treated us well. I got no complaints. It was your typical convention layout, but, they had really good guests. They had really awesome artists out there. And it was a good time. They were really friendly to the fan community and all the costuming groups. And it was just a great time had by all for 3 days.
Feels like I've done this before.
I'm having serious deja vu right now.
It's deja vu all over again, man.
So tell us some of the things that you got to do at Wizard World, because I know you got a little specialized treatment there from the good people at Wizard World.
Wizard World, like I said, they really rolled out the red carpet. And the night before, on Thursday, they invited select members of the media, which I guess we are media, to come out to this little club in downtown Austin. And it was just this little place. It was literally built inside an old house. And as we walk in, there's Jerry, who's in charge of media relations and PR for Wizard World. And the actual president of Wizard World is there too, like holding court for everybody. And as we walk in, they're like, "Hey, make yourself at home, get to know everybody. By the way, here's some, they handed us those little raffle ticket paper coupons."
Yeah, the drinks
we
tickets.
we got to take those up to the bar and get free drinks.
That's
awesome.
So,
I had a whole bunch of Guinness for, on Wizard World's time.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
And we want to thank Jerry at Wizard World for
inviting us.
Well, for inviting us and then letting Zach go in our place.
Yes.
It was like no big deal. We were having such a hard time getting the press passes switched over. I talked 5 minutes with Jerry and he's like, "Done."
They were really cool about that, because a lot of places won't actually switch over your press passes or anything like that.
Exactly.
So a big thanks to Wizard World. You guys are always cool. We especially appreciate this opportunity, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to do it, and that would have sucked.
But, Wizard World was really cool this year. It was the first time in a long time that the entire bridge crew of the Enterprise D from the Next Generation was all in one place at one time. They had a panel, as well as, they signed autographs and took pictures with the fans. A lot of local Austin attractions were out there, including a couple of the haunted houses and the Museum of the Weird, which you saw in the video. Those guys are really awesome. If you're ever in Austin, go check them out. It was just a good time, man. I got to interview Ray Park and Ernie Klein. and they were extremely gracious. They really helped us out. I mean, I was treated like like a legitimate, newscaster.
Well,
like I said, you're bona fide now, so.
We are legitimate newscasters, man. What are you talking about?
And whenever we meet you at Alcon, you'll definitely be bona fide, if you know what I'm saying. Winky, winky.
You got to buy me dinner first, Bubba. I'm not a cheap date. You got to let me supersize that shit.
All right.
Somebody's going to be riding the tricycle tonight.
No, Wizard World is a great time. I highly recommend it for anybody who's ever down in Austin around October.
It is. It's one of my favorite conventions. It used to make it stop through Dallas, and it doesn't stop through Dallas anymore. But there's plenty of conventions here in Dallas for us all as nerds and geeks to hit. And yeah, man, it's definitely one of a kind type thing. It's open, it's friendly, and it seems like they actually enjoy what they're doing. So
yeah. They played good music in the hall. It wasn't cramped. It wasn't crowded. You could walk around openly. Like I was walking around half the time in my Mando armor. And like at Alcon, I have to be real conscious. I have to have a handler with me at all time to make sure that I'm not, taking out little kids and stuff in the thing. But I never felt that at Wizard World. It was very wide open and it's well lit. So, definitely check it out.
I just thought you had to have a handler at Alcon so that you wouldn't run amok and just start like wrecking shit, just like rah,
flipping tables over and stuff. This is what
I'm not going to say.
This is what I think about your brown coat tee.
But one year at Alcon, there is rumors of me doing the worm in full Mando armor and then stripping to pour some sugar on me. So.
It just happens whenever Pour Some Sugar on Me comes on. That and
something to do at the end of the burlesque show at Alcon.
that and Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue. When one of those two songs come on, clothes have to come off.
Men teats come out.
Yes, the moobs.
But no, man, I really enjoyed it. Thanks for having me come out. And do the thing. I really had a great time. I can't wait to do more.
Awesome. And that's Zach. He is our newest member of Raddcast. He is our Austin correspondent. How's life as a Raddcast member treating you?
Well, the pay sucks.
As in that there isn't any?
If you could go ahead and double it, that'd be great.
All right.
Sure. We'll triple that.
We'll add an extra zero at the end of all the zeros that you're getting right now.
No, but seriously, man, I'm having a blast. You guys are a bunch of cool cats. And I've always loved every time I've been on the show before. So this gives me an opportunity to actually be part of it. Cool. I appreciate that.
We're glad to have you on board, Senor. So
some of the stuff that's coming up, we've got Alcon in March.
Yes.
Which is still about 6 months away, but they've actually got some cool guests coming in, some cool ideas. We talked about riding the tricycle. That's actually going to be something that they're going to try to do. The Greek games from Revenge of the Nerds. I'm actually really looking forward to that because that sounds so fun.
I can't help but do the ogre whenever somebody says
Nerds.
Yeah.
I can't help but think of panty raids. So
there will be a panty raid. There's going to be a pie eating contest that I think is going to happen. The panty raid's going to happen. The riding the tricycles while drinking beer is going to happen. And I don't know. I don't think they're going to do a javelin toss with like floppy javelins. But
I wonder if grown men could legitimately ride a tricycle without drinking beer. Because honestly, you kind of need a reason.
Well,
I think it's a prerequisite that you have to be somewhat inebriated to get on a tricycle.
Well, you got to do it just so you have the dexterity to do it. I mean, otherwise, I don't think your legs will pedal a tricycle without a little bit of drinking. So that way, the next day when you wake up, you just have like sore inner thighs.
It lubes up the joints for the contortionist work that you have to do to sit on the tricycle to begin with.
Yeah. But they're also going to have the Seventh Doctor, which is something I'm really excited about because the way Alcon works is that their guests just get to wander around and do whatever they want. So they're not stuck behind a black curtain that nobody else can see them and all of this stuff. So and they're actually right now what they've got planned is that somebody can win a dinner with him. And his name escapes me right now because I'm a bad host. But he plays the Seventh Doctor. He's going to be Raddcast the Brown in the new Hobbit movie that's going to be coming out next month. So I'm excited.
And that name is not coincidence by the name Raddcast. I think they stole it from us.
I think it's Raddcast.
Oh, well, you know.
Yeah, I was breathing too hard when I said.
But that's one of the cool things about Alcon is you never know where these celebrities are going to show up either.
Yeah, they're
they could be hosting a panel, they could be judging a costume contest,
or they could be showing up at a party in one of the rooms.
Yeah, I mean that actually happened to me a couple years ago. I was at one of the parties, and one of the guys from Battlestar Galactica showed up, and me and him went out in the middle of the floor and did the time warp.
Hell yeah!
Awesome.
So,
were y'all stripping at the same time?
And then pour some sugar on me came out, and then they're just starting to lose the clothes.
And it just turned into a hot mess man pile out on the dance floor.
And somebody was like, "I actually got some sugar."
We said no homo at the end of it, so.
Oh, that works then.
yeah. As long as it's said afterwards, and I mean, it doesn't even have to be on camera. As long as it's said afterwards, it's okay.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, and good game. When we pat each other.
Yeah, slap each other on the ass, say good game. Then you're in the clear.
Totally cool then.
Because then it was a sporting event.
Yeah.
Right.
We've shot our half hour.
All kinds of good times. Oh.
Yeah, we've shot our half hour, guys. We are wrapping this one up, and I think we've got. Unfortunately, we're shooting this on Black Friday, which means that the internet is
not being our friend,
getting hammered a lot. So Zach's just going to freeze up on occasion there, but we're just going to go ahead and wrap up the show.
I have shitty internet anyway.
It happens. All right, everybody. With that being said, good night, goodbye. We love you, and keep the dream alive.
Good night, internet.
Good night, everybody.